Measurement systems analysis studies are well known nowadays in industry, but when we talk about MSA studies, we are mostly referring to gauge R&R studies for variables. During quality control, we still often rely on visual inspection, although we know that visual inspection is not a reliable method to inspect quality. For example, in FMEA, we must score detection at least with a 6 out of 10 if Attribute MSA studies are done with good results, but more often it is a 7 or 8. So it is important to assess if an attribute inspection is acceptable. In this video, we'll explain how the Attribute MSA study can be done in the Datalyzer Qualis Gage Management software. You can start an attribute study by selecting an attribute gauge in the gauge catalog and right-click on that gauge. If the study is not a gauge but a visual inspection, you can define a specific visual inspection process as a gauge. Another way to start the study is to go to the Attribute MSA catalog and click on the button New Attribute Study. In the next step, you select the gauge for the study. A third method is to right-click on an existing study to start a new one. When you start a new study, the general screen appears with information about the gauge selected, and you can enter relevant information about the study. You can enter a part and characteristic, or if the system is integrated with the Datalyzer SPC system, you can pick from the existing SPC configuration. When you click on the tab Study Data, the Data Entry tab appears, and you first need to enter the study parameters. The data entry spreadsheet will be automatically adjusted according to your selection. First, you need to enter the reference values, where 1 is a good product and 0 is a reject. The reference value is established with a master in case of a gauge, or by a group of experts in case of visual inspection. Then the study is performed, and the results are entered. This can be done cell by cell, or you can copy and paste from Excel. The code column indicates with a plus sign that all products were correctly accepted, and with a minus sign that all products were correctly rejected. An X sign indicates one or more false alarms or missed rejects. In the second tab, we see in all the cross-reference tabulations how the appraisers agree with each other and agree with the reference value. In the screen, you see, for example, how the first operator agrees with the reference value. In this example, we see that the Kappa value is 0.88, indicating excellent agreement. The Summary tab shows all the Kappa values of all cross-tabulations, and all Kappa values are higher than 0.75, indicating excellent agreement. In tab 3, we can see the results of hypothesis testing with the null hypothesis, that the effectiveness of all appraisers is the same. For a detailed description of the method, see the user's manual. On the second tab in this screen, we see an effectiveness summary compared with criteria as given in the Gage MSA manual and an indication of the final judgment. Based on the results, you get a good idea about the risks of your attribute inspection and where to improve if the results are not acceptable.